Hello YouTube, welcome to the channel. So today, last time my last react, I just as of this recording session, it was recommended, this video got recommended at the end of the video, and it's called 10 Disturbing Horror Games with Real Legal Consequences. So I figured, you know what, why not? Like, it sounds like some spooky shit. Well, actually, it's probably going to be more fucked up than spooky, but yeah. So yeah, I don't know this channel, by the way. This video got randomly recommended to me by YouTube. Well, again, at the end of the Chills video I recorded, it popped up with like a bunch of other different videos. I don't know. So let's check it out. So this channel is called Chupacabro. I don't know who this guy is. Never heard of them. Listen, I don't follow YouTubers really. I have a few old YouTubers that I watched from like early YouTube, and that's it. I mostly watch VTubers. God, I'm such a loser. Anyway, let's start the video.
I always thought the worst thing that could happen while playing a horror game was maybe needing therapy afterwards. But turns out some of these games can actually land you in prison. And the scariest part
Jesus.
isn't even the games themselves. So like picture this, you're at Doritos headquarters in 2008 and someone in marketing goes, what'll make people buy more chips? Psychological trauma. And somehow everyone just nods and says, yeah, that makes sense. Hotel 626 was basically Doritos trying to prove they could scare you worse than their flamin' hot flavors. The game
Doritos? Doritos. Okay, Doritos. Well, you get mad that no one likes Cool Ranch. And by the way, if you like Cool Ranch, you're subhuman. You don't deserve rights. You're subhuman.
Only work between
I hate Cool Ranch.
6 a.m.
I fucking hate.
Being terrified during business hours would probably hurt productivity or something. You played this guy stuck in a haunted hotel, which sounds pretty normal for a horror game.
Okay.
Right? Wrong. See, here's where Doritos went completely insane. The game wanted access to your webcam and your phone number. Not
what the
like for fun little...
Okay. I could see why this is on here. That's kind of fucked up. I don't like that.
Easter eggs like that new horror game coming out where the monster can see you. No, this thing would literally call your actual phone while you were playing.
Why?
You're sitting there at 2 a.m. trying to solve some creepy puzzle, and then your phone rings. You pick up, and there's just breathing.
It was trying to spook you.
SpongeBob, they're all out of mayonnaise. Whatever fresh nightmare the Doritos marketing team cooked up that day. Like, imagine explaining that to someone. Oh, why am I having a panic attack? Well, a snack food company called me in the middle of the night.
I'm just checking the video quality.
Horror game. That's not a sentence any human should have to say. I don't think any human has said that sentence before. I might be the first one. But here's the twist. Nobody actually banned Hotel 626 because Doritos looked at what they created, saw people having actual mental breakdowns over corn chip marketing, and just deleted it. They basically said, you know what? Maybe terrorizing people for snack sales was a bad idea. Which
this was all for selling Doritos. This is kind of hilarious. It's still kind of fucked up that it wants to use your webcam and wants your phone number.
Honestly shows more self-awareness than most companies have. The official government reason was privacy stuff. Turns out people don't love giving random websites access to their cameras and phones. Weird.
No one likes that.
Really, I think someone at Doritos realized they'd accidentally made something that could probably qualify as psychological warfare. Picture the board meeting. So good news and bad news, Jimmy. Good news, people definitely remember our brand now. Bad news, mostly because they're sending us their therapy bills. The wildest part, no laws were even broken, unlike the other movies we're going to talk about in this video. No one got arrested. Hotel 626 just vanished into the internet void, like it never existed. Which is honestly kind of perfect, because now it's this urban legend that sounds too ridiculous.
I never heard of it.
Real. Remember that time Doritos made a horror game that called your phone? Sounds like something a YouTuber with under 150,000 subscribers would make up to his audience. Of course, some games don't get to quit before the government steps in. But look, if you're enjoying this type of content, hit the like button and subscribe, because apparently I spend my free time researching which video games can get you arrested. My mother is so proud of me. I hope. So We Happy Few is this game that looks
Oh, I heard about this game.
These kids show had a really bad acid trip. Everyone's walking around in bright colors, smiling like maniacs, because they're all taking this drug called joy. Sounds fun, right?
Yeah, I heard about this.
What would happen if Prozac...
I remember seeing it, and I actually wanted the game at the time. And when I was gonna get it, I heard it sucked, and I never got to play We Happy Few because I ain't gonna waste my money on that.
was mandatory and distributed by the government. The whole point of the game is that you play someone who stops taking the happy pills and suddenly realizes, oh wait, our entire society is completely messed up. Like when you sober up at a party and realize everyone's just standing around eating chips and staring at the wall. Except instead of chips, it's mind-control drugs. And instead of a wall, it's, well, probably still a wall, but like a dystopian one. But Australia looked at this game and went,
Of course it's
this game
Australia.
has drugs in it that make things easier. That's basically teaching kids that drugs are good, which honestly is like watching
Teaching kids drugs. Isn't this game not for kids? Just saying.
Scarface and thinking it's a business tutorial. The whole game is literally about how taking drugs to stay happy is bad. That's the entire message. It's not subtle about it. And don't even argue with me saying, oh, they're like saying that like antidepressants are bad or not. That's not what they're trying to say. Antidepressants are good if you need them. But like real drugs, stay away from that stuff, guys. So Australia banned it. Just straight up said, nope, you cannot sell this here. Because apparently their classification board consists of people who've never seen irony before. It's like banning 1984 because it has too much government control in it. You're missing the fucking point so hard, it's actually impressive. Picture the meeting when this happened. Some guy's like, well, when you take the joy drug, your character feels better temporarily. And everyone just nodded like that was enough evidence. Nobody thought to ask, but what happens about that? Or what's the actual lore about? Just white suits saying, drugs make game easier. Drug bad. Bad game. Case closed. The best part, they eventually...
From my understanding, Australia tries to ban everything. Didn't they try to ban Grand Theft Auto before? Because, again, I used to know someone who lived in Australia. They said it's because there is so many old people in Australia. There's like more old people than people their age. And that's who's running the government. A bunch of old Karens. That, again, this game's like whatever.
reversed the ban. Someone finally played it past the first 10 minutes and realized, oh, this is actually about why drugs are terrible. So they buy it in Australia, but only if you're 18 or older, because apparently understanding basic storytelling requires a college degree now. The game literally shows you that the benefits of joy are fake.
Yeah.
The character sees through the illusion and everything's actually falling apart.
He has like a freak out.
Australia, this is definitely encouraging drug use.
Like what I know is the moment that like his coworkers notice, oh, he's not on his drugs, call the police so they could beat him and force feed him drugs. Or it's like something like that. Like, I know it's illegal for them to not take their happy pills because they get deemed a downer. Maybe I should get that game. Because that's all I know about the game is that lore is basically you have to take your happy pills. And if you're not constantly happy from the happy pills, you will be arrested and probably beaten. Brutally.
Just like how zombie movies are encouraging cannibalism. But misunderstanding a game
zombies are monsters
compared to banning gore outright. Left 4 Dead 2 is pretty much exactly what it sounds
I have Left 4 Dead 2.
3 friends shoot zombies. That's it. That's the whole video game.
Yeah, you're killing monsters, zombies.
Every zombie movie ever, except you get to be the guy who actually hits his shots instead of missing the zombie standing 2 feet away.
Yeah.
Thing is, when you shoot a zombie in this game, stuff happens. Body parts come off. Blood goes everywhere, which I mean makes sense, right? If you hit something with a shotgun, it's probably not going to stay in one piece.
Yeah,
basic physics.
the One Piece is
But
real.
apparently, Germany looked at this and thought, this is too realistic. People might think this is how guns.
You, Germany, 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 Germany. You think Left 4 Dead is realistic? I mean, it's not really. I mean, there's so many. I guess it's just there's so many more realistic games today.
Actually work.
Also, you're fighting fucking zombies. Who cares?
Those are fine, apparently. Not
Hey, it's that one
killing
VTuber. I
things,
forgot what her
that's
name
also
is.
fine, but because when you kill the things, they look like they've been killed. That's just how killing works, Germany. That's not a video game thing. That's just
People die when they are killed.
cause and effect. The censored version they made for Germany is hilarious. They turned all of the zombies into robots. So now you're fighting a robot apocalypse, which also is a little bit more scary than zombies.
I mean, it sounds stupid to me because it was a zombie game, but also, yeah, robots are terrifying. They're not going to eat you. They're just going to... Well, it depends on what kind of fiction it is. Because I think there's in some fictions, there's like robots just tearing dead humans' corpses into pieces, like a zombie. And then, like, is it like Terminator? But yeah, I was going to bring up, China did the same thing to Call of Duty Zombies. So, like, Call of Duty Online was a game that was targeted to China only. The US never got it, even though, you know, crazy that it's like a US video game company making a game exclusive for China. But, like, the US never got it. Like, everywhere didn't get it. It was not an international release. Call of Duty Online was just a like online Call of Duty game, and the zombie mode was they weren't zombies because it's illegal to show skeletons in China. So what they did is instead of zombies, they're like these cyborg robot things. So instead of seeing skeletons, you see like metal parts inside them. I guess it was a way around the Chinese censorship because yeah, I don't know why China just doesn't like seeing skeletons, which is yeah, I think I remember hearing like, you know, like those skeleton things people had in school like to show like the human skeleton. I think even those were banned in China, which sounds fucking stupid. But yeah, didn't think Germany would do that.
Like, zombies are just dead people who are cranky about it.
Yeah.
Those things are organized. They have malicious Wi-Fi and my browser history. I don't want robots near me. But here's what kills me. The game has baseball.
Unless 2B. That's the only one I want around me. Other than my other favorite one, 2P. And then my third favorite, A2. Yes.
Bats, crowbars,
A2,
axes,
2B,
all kinds of stuff you
2P.
can with. And Germany was fine with the hitting part.
If you don't know who
They just
2P
didn't want to
is,
see the results.
too bad.
Being okay with cooking, but getting upset when food gets hot. That's what cooking does, guys. Australia also banned it at first, which is funny because Australia is a place where literally everything can kill you. Spiders the size of dinner plates, snakes that look at you funny and you die, but zombie violence in a video game, too far. The best part is Germany finally lifted the ban in
again, a lot of the people running the stuff in Australia, from what I heard, are a lot of really old, out of touch people that are like, I mean, Collective Shout is an example of the type of... Collective Shout is run by a bunch of ancient Australian Karens that are offended by everything. Like, they're really old and out of touch.
2021, 12 years later, someone finally realized that maybe, just maybe, adults can handle seeing fake blood from fake zombies without becoming serial killers. Revolutionary thinking. Like, by the time they lifted the ban, people had probably killed millions of zombies in other games. But sure, these specific zombies were the dangerous ones. I've never understood when governments or people get upset when an adult wants to do something. As long as it is legal and doesn't hurt anyone else,
right?
Who cares? That is none of your business. But
Like, again, there were these Karens that got mad at GTA 4 when it came out and said, I don't want my kid driving drunk, and everyone's all, but it's a game targeted to adults and it's for adults. It's why are you letting your kid play GTA? Do you not know there's like a strip club and titties and drugs and mafia shit going on? Like, why the fuck is your kid playing GTA in the first place? I think they kept having to tell those Karens because they kept trying to get GTA 4 banned because you could drive drunk. And they couldn't understand the concept of games made for adults.
Of course, gore is nothing compared to when games start to mess with your head.
Oof.
Outlast 2 is a game where you play a guy whose wife gets kidnapped by a crazy cult.
I'm gonna be honest, I would not be surprised if Outlast got banned. Like the first one, pretty brutal and gory. You get your fingers cut off in first person view.
And you have to find her.
And there's a lot.
That's pretty standard, right?
2 had like a fucked up story.
Is weird. Everyone goes home. Except this cult thinks the wife is carrying the Antichrist.
Shrek.
A red flag for any relationship. Chupacabro's dating advice for you: do not date someone who is carrying the Antichrist. It will probably not work out for you. And if I've seen any amount of horror movies, usually a big demon comes out of places babies come out of. And that looks painful. They're not like baby-sized deep. They're pretty big deep. You get what I'm trying to say?
Yeah.
It's going to hurt. You don't want to be around for that. I'd probably faint. Women scare me. The whole thing is basically a really long game of hide and seek. Except if you lose, you get murdered by religious fanatics. You can't fight back or anything. You just run around with the camera.
I know what happens in Outlast 1, so Outlast 2 is basically a cult, right? Because I know there's like a fucked up story involving like flashbacks with the main character, but it's a cult in that one, right? I say this because a long time ago I saw a playthrough. It was Markiplier, I believe. A playthrough of Outlast 2.
Filming your own psychological breakdown. But here's where it gets weird. There's this one scene where the main guy has a hallucination. Not real life, a hallucination in his head. And in this dream thing, some demon creature does inappropriate stuff to him. It's not graphic, it's not interactive, it's just this creepy nightmare sequence that lasts like 30 seconds, which is
that
bad.
Happens.
Well, Australia looked at this and lost their minds.
It's always Australia.
Because of a dream. A fake dream and a fake game about fake people. Imagine if Australia banned Inception because Leonardo DiCaprio had a bad dream in it. That's basically what happened here. The classification board said it showed implied, not very nice thing to do to another person violence, if you get my drift. And that was too much. Which, like, is kind of weird because it is a video game. It's only made for adults. This again exists in movies. And
I'm going to keep saying this, but a lot of the people in charge in Australia don't seem to understand when video games are made for adults. And Outlast just always had a fucked up story. Like, the first one was fucked up, then there's fucked up shit that happens to, like, both characters you play as in that game. Oh god, I just remembered the DLC from Outlast 1. All I'll bring up is the psycho that I believe they called the groom. Yeah, that guy was fucked in the head to, like, he was the most fucked up part about the entire game.
I'm not saying it's great that it's in movies, but at the end of the day, it's an adult playing the game, which is, I don't know, it's part of storytelling. That's just, sometimes you deal with that.
It's a fucked up horror game.
Sure, it's real within the game. It's literally them having a nightmare with a demon. It's not even another person. But then someone actually played the game. Revolutionary idea, right? And they realized, oh wait, this is just a horror game with horror stuff in it. So they unbanned it a few weeks later and gave it an adult rating, which means for about a month, Australia was officially afraid of nightmares. The whole thing is based on a pre-release version anyway, so Australia banned a game that didn't even exist yet, arresting someone for a crime they might commit in a dream they haven't had. Peak government IQ right there. And you know what the really crazy part is? The game's actually pretty tame compared to most horror movies out there. But apparently watching graphic fake gore is fine.
they allow
touchy subject matter are where we draw the line.
They allow
Silent Hill
movies,
Homecoming
but
is your typical guy comes home to creepy town horror game. You
wait,
play
Silent
as
Hill
someone
got
who shows up and finds out his hometown has gone complete.
okay. For context, I'm still gonna play Silent Hill 4, but I'm never playing Silent Hill Homecoming. I'll play Silent Hill Origins. I'll play Silent Hill 2, but I don't remember much of that game. I'll play Silent Hill 1 if I can ever find a way to play it. But Silent Hill Homecoming and moving forward past Homecoming, I am never playing those games, and except for like, I don't know, maybe if I ever get Silent Hill 2 Remake and Silent Hill F. But Homecoming, I am never playing that. This game should be banned because it sucks.
Insane.
I did play it a little bit.
Fog that won't
I will say the nurses are hot.
of maybe I should have just
Yes, I said it.
military. Most of the game is pretty standard Silent Hill stuff.
Yeah.
Weird creatures, psychological horror, puzzles that make no sense and I want to quit the game after playing them. You fight nurses with knives, giant spiders, the usual nightmare fuel. Nothing too crazy by horror game standards. Just your average Tuesday.
Okay, what got it banned?
But then there's this one scene. One single scene that made Australia go, absolutely the not. That's my Australian accent. Some guy
that was horrible.
To a chair, and another character comes at him with a power drill. And they show it, like they really show it. The drill going towards his eye, him screaming the whole damn thing. Australia looked at this and said, yeah, mate, we're really gonna need you to not do that. Which is fair, honestly. Like, you can have all the monster fights you want, but the second you break out the power tools on a human being,
Jesus,
comfortable. Which is almost like it was the entire point of the game. But
I mean, yeah,
it had a little hissy fit of.
Is it always just Australia? I mean, again, they're the ones that tried to ban anime in, I think, Australia also, I heard. But Silent Hill always has fucked up things in the story. There's, like, always some fucked up shit. Like, have you not played, like, I don't know, Silent Hill 4 has a bunch of fucked up shit. You're like literally dealing with like a serial killer ghost thing. And then fucking Silent Hill 2, spoiler for Silent Hill 2, the shit about James's wife, you know what, I'm not gonna spoil it, but you know, the shit with James's wife. Also, wasn't one of the characters SA'd in Silent Hill 2? I forgot what her name was. You meet her in the beginning. Like it's implied or something like that. There's always like fucked up shit in Silent Hill, so what?
About it. Honestly, after researching this video, I'm starting to realize that despite Australia being home of the most deadliest everything that ever exists,
yeah,
I'm kind of scared of horror games. So anyways, the studios had to edit it. Instead of showing the drill actually making contact, they just cut away. Problem solved, right? Except now you have this really intense buildup to nothing, which I can relate to a lot. It's like watching a horror movie when you know a jump scare is coming right around the corner and there's this
hey look, Until Dawn,
and then the camera just pans to like someone
what the fuck.
Germany also banned it, which makes sense because Germany has this thing about realistic violence. They're fine with shooting aliens or zombies, but the second you start torturing regular people with everyday power tools, they're out. Can't really blame them for that one, I guess. Funny thing is, everything else in the game is totally fine. You can cut monsters in half with an axe, no problem.
Didn't Germany also ban Call of Duty World at War? Well, I know they banned a few World War II games because, well, it's kind of obvious why they would want you to not have that World War II game where you're like playing as like the US and you're fighting. Well, no, you play as like Russia and you're fighting. Let's just say a specific type. We'll just say World War II German army. Yeah. It might have been Call of Duty World at War. I can't remember which World War II shooter they banned because the Germans are the bad guys in the game, even though that's part of actual history. From my understanding, actual Germans today are like kind of embarrassed about that history.
Problem. You can fight nurses with syringes.
And then some try to pretend that never happened.
One drill scene, that's where we draw the line.
I don't know, it's like fucked up.
Adults. Things get a lot weirder when children's games start to cross lines. So Maryam is this mobile game that looks like it was made for kids. There's this little girl named...
It doesn't look like it's made for kids.
And she needs help getting home. Sounds sweet, right? Like a digital version of helping an old lady cross the street. Instead of crossing the street,
it already looks fucked up.
Really, really weird questions. The game starts asking stuff like, what's your name and where do you live? Which is already kind of weird for a kid's game. Like imagine if Roblox
is it a kid's game?
Home address. That's not suspicious at all. But kids,
I mean, it's a mobile game, so it gets slopped with that.
Girl get home. But parents and governments in the Middle East took one look at this and completely freaked out. Saudi Arabia banned it. The UAE banned it. They basically treated this kid's game like it was some kind of
wait,
plot,
wait, hold on. Let me restart it. I kind of spazzed out. Did he say it was a Roblox game? Okay, if it's Roblox, oh, okay, then yeah.
For kids, there's this little girl named Maryam who's lost in a forest, and she needs help getting home. Sounds sweet, right? Like a digital version of helping an old lady cross the street. Instead of crossing the street, you're answering some really, really weird questions. The game starts asking stuff like, what's your name and where do you live? Which is already kind of weird for a kid's game. Like imagine if Roblox suddenly wanted your home address. That's not suspicious at all. But kids don't think about stuff like that. They just want to help the nice little girl get home. But parents and governments in the Middle East took one look at this and completely freaked out. Saudi Arabia banned it. The UAE...
Okay, yeah, it is Roblox.
This kid's game like it was some kind of...
Okay, yeah, I wasn't sure. I thought it was just a mobile game they were playing. Yeah, Roblox, kind of fucking weird. God, there's like a lot of fucked up shit going on Roblox. Aren't they getting sued? I never went on Roblox, but aren't they getting sued? Like, there's like a whole thing going on with that.
Terrorist plot, which to be fair, a children's app asking for personal information is very sketchy.
Yeah, that's fucking weird.
Comparing it to the Blue Whale Challenge. Or like Momo, a thing that supposedly made kids do bad things to themselves through online dares. Except Maryam...
Yeah, I remember the whole Momo thing. It was... No.
was just asking questions.
Bunch of weirdos.
Creepy questions, sure, but not like jump off a building questions. More like tell me about your family questions. Still weird, but different kind of weird. Realistically, what was probably going on here is they were probably trying to find information out from the kids to sell the information to advertisers because that's the ultimate evil out there when it comes to this kind of stuff. But the UAE's attorney general actually got involved. Like, imagine being so important that your job is literally running a country and you have to spend time banning a mobile game about a lost little girl. That's
it is a mobile game.
Priorities or really bad ones, depending on how you look at it. But here's the thing. Parents were genuinely scared because the game felt real. Kids would talk to Maryam like she was their friend. And when a fake little girl starts asking your real kid where they live, that's when playtime turns into call the police. The whole thing got pulled from the app stores across the globe, which is probably for the best, honestly.
Oh my god. Okay, hold on. I'll be right back. Sorry about that. I had a phone call. Let me rewind it a little bit.
Genuinely scared because the game felt real.
I mean, it was fucking weird.
She was their friend. And when a fake little girl starts asking your real kid where they live, that's when playtime turns into call the police. The whole thing got pulled from the app stores across the Gulf, which is probably for the best, honestly. There's enough creepy stuff on the internet without adding games that feel like they're trying to collect data on kids. Of course, that's nothing compared to banning games based on completely made-up rumors. Rule of Rose is this weird psychological horror game.
By the way, I want to play this horror game, but it's like a hard horror game to get. It's like an old PS2 game. I know the story about it. It got banned for stuff based on rumors. Yes, it's a fucked up horror game. It was like around during like Silent Hill. It's kind of like, yeah, like Silent Hill. It was around during Resident Evil, stuff like that. Like games like that, it was around. Rule of the Rose is just like a dark, fucked up horror game, and rumors are what got it banned.
About a girl stuck in an orphanage run by crazy kids. Think Lord of the Flies, but with more tea parties and less.
Yeah, that's the plot. So basically, you're some chick in a trapped in an orphanage, and all the kids are psychopaths. Like, they probably murdered all the adults at the orphanage and run it.
Understanding of human rights. The whole thing is creepy and symbolic, but it's not like call the police level of disturbing. Just regular video game kind of weird.
Yeah.
But somehow, this game managed to get the entire European Union mad. Not just regular mad, like we need to discuss this in Parliament mad. The EU Justice Commissioner actually got involved. Imagine being so important that you help run Europe and you're spending your Tuesday talking about a PlayStation 2 game.
Yeah.
The best part, the whole thing was based on rumors that weren't even true. Someone started spreading stories about how the game had kids being buried alive and all this horrible stuff. Except none of that was actually in the game.
Yeah.
Mario was actually about animal cruelty because you step on turtles. Which, unironically, I think the Game Theory has made like videos on that exact topic. So, you know.
Game Theory? How old is this video?
Making speeches about how evil this game is. And literally none of them have played it. They're just going off what some guy on the internet said. It's like writing a YouTube comment based on someone else's YouTube comment that they both didn't ever actually.
Was it the UK that complained? They saw a bad comment on the internet and they took it personally.
Watch the video, which are most people that watch my channel. Actual game is just kids being mean to each other in a spooky orphanage. Yeah, it's disturbing, but so is every episode of any reality TV show. These politicians were acting like the game was teaching kids how to build bombs or something. The UK publisher got so scared of all the angry politicians that they just canceled the release entirely. They basically said, you know what, let's not deal with this shit.
505 Games made that?
Anyone even bothering to check if the reasons for banning it were real. France was ready to pass actual laws about it. Italy's mayor was giving press conferences, all because of a rumor about content that didn't exist. It's literally as if the government was banning hamburgers because someone said there was actual human meat in them. But it's all a rumor. How dumb are governments? Now the game is this rare collector's item because nobody could buy it legally.
Oh, Atlas.
Europe, you turn
Atlas
a
owns it.
horror game into a valuable antique through the power of doing nothing.
I kind of want to try that game, I'm going to be honest. It's a collector's item, like, it's usually pretty expensive, though, whenever I saw it on sale. Yeah, when I got Clock Tower 3, I saw that. I forgot what the price was, I just remembered Clock Tower 3, and that costed a lot. I mean, Clock Tower 3 might be cheaper now, but, like, how much did I pay for Clock Tower 3? I kind of want to play Clock Tower 3, but then I kind of don't. I don't know. Well, I kind of don't because I've already beaten the game, but like the end boss is kind of bullshit. And that's why I don't want to play Clock Tower 3. I don't want to go through that again.
But some
I like the game.
Are actually brutal enough to deserve the government
but
attention,
no.
And both exist. Manhunt is basically what happens when someone at Rockstar Games goes,
you could still buy Manhunt. I know all about the controversy on this. They complained that it looked too realistic with the executions, and the whole plot to the game is you're an escaped convict or from an insane asylum or something that is basically it's like you're starring in a snuff film basically, and it's like a stealth game where you have to kill and execute like other insane people. You're like a serial killer basically. And the executions people said were realistic. However, I always went, this shit doesn't look realistic at all to me. Like, well. Also, I've played Manhunt 2.
you know what?
I didn't beat it just because I got bored.
More murder and less fun. You play this death row guy who has to kill people on
Death Row,
for
there we go.
psycho filmmakers' entertainment. It's like if someone made a video.
Fun fact, the town this game takes place in is canon to Grand Theft Auto. In fact, I think they said Michael is from Carcer City. That's the name of the place in Manhunt. But yeah, Michael from GTA 5, I think it says, is from Carcer City or something like that. Or he's been in Carcer City.
Somehow even more messed up. The whole point is sneaking around and killing gang members in the most violent ways possible. And I mean violent. We're talking plastic bag suffocation, glass shards, wire garroting, basically every murder weapon you can find in a hardware store. The game literally rates your kills based on how brutal they are. 5 stars for creativity.
Yeah, it's like a snuff film, basically. The main character's in.
And said, absolutely not. This is illegal now. Not just we won't sell it, but actually illegal. Like, possession of this game became a crime, which is wild because New Zealand is usually pretty chill about everything.
Well, time to buy it on Steam. It's on Steam. The only reason why I haven't bought it is because people said it's difficult to get running.
But apparently turning murder into a scoring system for a game was their line in the sand. And they meant it. People actually got arrested for trying to sell Manhunt in New Zealand. Real arrests, real court cases, real fines. Imagine having to call your mom from jail and explaining that you got busted for video game trafficking. What are you in for? I sold a video game. Germany also banned it and started confiscating copies like it was contraband. German police were literally raiding stores to seize video games. Picture explaining that.
You know, raiding stores aren't necessary. They could just tell the companies, oh, this game's banned in our country now, and they could just take it off shelves and whatever.
To your partner at the end of the day. How was work, honey? Oh, you know, took down another PlayStation 2 smuggling operation. Just another day in my job as a German cop.
That's just...
Australia, of course, jumped on the bandwagon too. Their customs agents...
It's always Australia. It's weird.
Manhunt shipments like they were looking for illegal drugs. Except instead of stopping drug dealers, they're stopping gamers who really, really like stealth mechanics.
You know, you should really put this much effort on actual problems.
Game became actual contraband in multiple countries. Like if you got caught with a copy at the airport, customs would treat you like you were smuggling something genuinely dangerous, which, to be fair, might be accurate depending on your opinion of Rockstar's game design philosophy and how long they're taking to make GTA 6. That should be a crime in itself. But at least Manhunt tried to have a plot, unlike games that just embrace the pure chaos. I've been waiting to talk about this one. Postal 2 is this game where you play...
I have this.
A guy called the Postal Dude, which is already not...
It's all satire.
His goal in life is
it's all satire.
Things. Like literally just normal stuff. Get milk, return a book, pick up your paycheck. Sounds boring, right? Wrong.
Sign the petition.
Complete these errands by setting everyone on fire. The game gives you a grocery list and then hands you a flamethrower. It's literally like if someone made a video game about your mom's to-do list, but you can also commit war crimes. Honey, can you stop at the store? Also, here's a machete in case Susan asks too many questions again. Here's where it gets really weird. You can use a cat as a gun silencer.
Yeah,
you stick your gun on the cat and suddenly John Wick. Except John Wick probably wouldn't use a pet as a firearm. The game also treats this like it's totally normal, which makes it somehow worse.
It's supposed to be
banned in like half of the world. New Zealand, Australia, Germany, Brazil, countries that agree on literally nothing.
Oh yeah, you can also shoot up protesters that are protesting the studio that made Postal 2 because they're making fun of those people.
Looked at Postal 2 and went, yeah, this is too much.
It's supposed to not be taken serious, you idiots.
Anything is basically impossible. But somehow, a guy peeing on people brought world peace. Oh yeah, you can pee on people. That's an actual game.
Yes, it is.
Someone
and it's hilarious.
Had a meeting where they seriously discussed the physics of digital urination. Imagine that.
What? Imagine just sitting there discussing that. Also, you can, oh my god, my tracking. But hilariously, you could aim where you're shooting your piss, and I think I shot it in someone's face and they vomited in that game.
Conversation. So how realistic should the pee stream be? That's a real sentence someone got paid to say.
What?
This is worse than like jiggle physics, which are definitely a thing people talk about in gaming companies. New Zealand made
That's the only reason why I played Dead or Alive.
You get fined $2,000 just for having it on your computer. That's more
You
than
think I like the fighting game?
Imagine explaining to your friends that you got busted for video game possession. Yeah, man, the cops found my stash of offensive comedy games. I'm going to jail for 6 months. The whole thing is supposed to be satire, but it's hard to call something satire when it lets you murder people for asking you to sign a petition. That's not commentary. That's just a Tuesday in Florida. But Postal 2 at least pretended to be funny. Some games just embrace pure evil. Hatred is what happens when someone makes a video.
I almost bought this game out of curiosity because it's almost always on sale for like pocket change. Basically, the plot of this game is you're just some edgy McEdgelord in a trench coat, long black hair, and he hates humanity, and he goes on a rampage and basically commits a terrorist act. That's it. You're just some evil person. That's the plot of the game. You're evil. That's it. And from my understanding, the game sucks ass. The game just sucks ass. Like, the gameplay mechanics sucks ass. Everything about it sucks ass. But I'm genuinely curious that I was considering getting it. But yeah, I just heard about how much it's actually kind of shit, so I ended up never getting it because again, I'm curious, but I hear it sucks ass and I don't want to waste my pocket change.
Game, it decides to remove every single thing that might make it fun or remotely defensible. You play as this guy called the antagonist, which tells you everything you need to know.
Yeah, he's just an edgelord.
And his only goal is killing as many random people as possible. That's it. That's the whole game. No zombies, no aliens, no evil corporations.
He's basically a serial killer.
Decided, you know what? Everyone needs to die. He literally gives a speech about how much he hates humanity and how he's going to fix that problem with, you know. Most violent games at least pretend there's a reason for all the violence. Save the world, stop the bad guys, protect your family. Hatred doesn't bother with any of that. The main character just walks into a shopping mall and starts going kablamo. Because apparently, that's entertainment now. Germany looked at this and they didn't just ban it, they went nuclear. They banned the game, they banned videos about the game, and basically tried to delete it from the internet entirely.
I mean, they failed because it's back.
Videos of people playing it. Imagine being a German government worker whose job is watching YouTube to make sure nobody's posting banned video game footage. I might get a call from the German police after posting this video. Who knows? If I don't post again, I'm dead or in jail or worse.
If I ever do like decide to play that game, I just want to say it would be hilarious if I just posted like a short video of me trying it out and then going, yeah, this game sucks, and then getting a call from the German police. I'd be telling them, yeah, I played it on my YouTube video. Now fuck off. I don't live in Germany, motherfucker.
Even Steam, which basically sells everything, decided this was too much for Australia.
Yeah, they put it back in.
Blocked it before anyone could complain. Steam sells games where you can be a serial killer, a drug dealer, or a goat that destroys
Schedule
cities.
1.
Apparently being a guy who just really hates everyone was where they drew the line. In America, it got an adults-only rating, which is basically the video game equivalent of saying we legally have to sell this, but we really don't want to. Most consoles won't even run adult-only games. So congratulations, Hatred. You made something so offensive that America said it was too much. And America is the king of being offensive. The developers knew exactly what they were doing too. They marketed it as the game so controversial, it got banned, which is like... Oh.
Yeah, that was definitely the whole point of it. It's just, oh yeah, you're just edgy McEdgelord and you hate humanity, and it's super violent, and then it was just publicity, basically free publicity.
Putting a restaurant in advertising that the health department shut you down. Not exactly a selling point for most people. So if learning about games that can get you arrested was somehow entertaining, hit the like button and subscribe for more videos disguised as entertainment. Drop a comment about which banned game you'd like to risk jail time to play. I need to know how many of you have questionable life priorities. I really want to get familiar with my audience, you know? And if you
But yeah, I think that'll be... you know
want
what?
to see more videos about similar subjects and horror, you should click the video on screen right now.
Now, out of all these games, so I have Postal 2. I actually own that game. But I always wanted to play Rule of the Rose, that one horror game. I don't know what it is. Like, I never heard about... well, no, I've heard about Rule of the Rose, just I don't... I've always heard about the rumors are what got it, like, the rumors are what got it banned, even though they weren't a thing. But I also heard some people said they actually really liked that game, but it could have been because, you know, they just want they just like playing it because it's a controversial game at one point. But in reality, the controversy was created by some morons listening to internet rumors and not even actually playing the game. Actually, I kind of want to see how much Rule of the Rose costs. Okay, there's one Rule of the Rose. Oh, wait, no, that's a... Yeah, okay. So a lot of the Rule of the Roses being sold on eBay are like 600. 600, 170. Well, that includes the soundtrack, 700. Oof. It's like an overpriced collector's item. Okay, I'm also curious. How much is Clock Tower 3? I have the game. This is just purely out of curiosity. Yeah, Clock Tower 3 is way cheaper. Anyway. I think I'll end it here. But yeah, if you enjoyed the video, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time. Peace. Also, the channel I just watched, I never watched this dude's channel. It's called Chupacabro. I guess go check him out. But yeah, like, have a good one. Peace.